Hi guys, welcome to Techno News, episode 18. Sorry about the delay of this one. Had a lot going on personally in real life, and it's been pretty quiet news-wise, to be fair. I did have a look last week. I got part of it recorded, but it just didn't seem to hold much content, so I thought I'd wait a week and try and put a better one out this week. I do appreciate you waiting, and remember to hit the thumbs up if you do enjoy the video. Leave comments below for feedback. I would have very much appreciate that. Sub to the channel, and remember to follow me on the other socials and hit me up live on kick.com/technofishlive from around 10 o'clock every night. Thank you very much. So we'll start off with Valorant. They released the latest skin pack, which is the Imperium Water Dragon pack, as you can see here. I wasn't that convinced, to be fair, when I first saw it, but after seeing it in game, it has sort of grown a bit on us, and I much prefer the red version of it than the original one, to be fair. So that's out now. It's quite pricey. It's around 9,000 points, so you're looking the best part of 80 quid for it, really. Yeah, it's not a bad pack, to be fair. Also in Valorant, they released the new map Sunset. It's been on about a week, but I haven't really looked at it, to be fair. I had a quick go last night. It seems okay. There's going to be a lot to learn, but it's going in the rotation today. I believe there's a patch today where this is going to be included in the new rotation, so we'll be on there a lot more from now. First impressions was it seemed decent. I think there's going to be a lot of places people can hide and camp and stuff. Yeah, overall not a bad map, to be fair. Sticking with the Valorant theme, there was a couple of celebrities spotted at the VCTs in the last week or so. Elon Musk and Ben Affleck were both there with the families and things. Sparked a few more rumours about Elon wanting to buy Riot Games, but we'll see what happens with that. Be interesting to see what comes of that, but it's nice to see celebrities taking an interest. Similarly, Riot announced Season 2 of Arcane, which is the anime program they do, based around League of Legends. It's due to come out winter next year, and they did announce that the Valorant movie will probably follow that the year after. I haven't actually watched this, to be fair. It might be interesting. I might give it a watch because it's on Netflix, so I might give that a look and see what that's all about. But the next season's coming next year. Following that, Amazon released a trailer, or a sort of teaser, for a Fallout TV series, which is also coming later this year. That'll be interesting to see. It's going to be set in LA, in Vault 33, so not one of the ones you normally see in the games in Boston or wherever. It'll be interesting. It'll be good to see how they actually bring the world to life and see what comes of it. But yeah, be keeping an eye out on that later in the year as well, though I might have to find an alternative way of watching it. Right, back to the gaming news. The biggest release recently was Starfield, obviously. Massive open world, star exploring game. It does look quite interesting, but it's not something I'd play personally. Been a lot of controversy around this in the last week or so since its release. A leaker was arrested for selling stolen copies of the game prior to launch and broadcasting gameplay before the actual release date. Not the best idea in the world. Obviously not the sharpest tool in the box if he's going to do something like that, but there we go. Speaking of idiots, obviously in the game you get to pick a pronoun, and this has caused a big controversy. People saying it shouldn't be involved in gaming and things like that. It's all a bit silly, really. Just pick the one you want and move on. But some idiot decided to have a rant about it on Twitter. It went a bit, I don't know if it went viral as such, but he was just a bit of a pudding, really. There was a bit of feedback from some bigger streamers and content creators around it, but he just went off on one, effing and blind and having a moan about it. Just get a life, mate. Absolutely no need for that. Similarly, Dr. Disrespect put a video out saying he got denied a partnership or early access to the game. He put a video up. It was a bit of a strange one to watch, to be honest, because he was reading a statement from them saying that he hadn't been selected or whatever, and then he sort of put two and two together. But some people on Twitter, as they do, jumped on this and says, oh, it's because he's transphobic and whatever else. I think it's all just relating back to him standing his ground and sticking up for Nick Merckx when all that kicked off around the COD situation. Nick Merckx's views, or his one comment that he made that blew up. Yeah, it's a bit of a strange one, that. But Doc's playing the game. He was a big advocate for the game before it launched, to be fair. He was talking about it a lot So I think he was a bit disappointed not to get involved with the actual launch of that. But yeah, he's on it and he's playing it, so he obviously let it water for ducks back and all that. Next bit of big news really is Call of Duty announced that they're going to start recording voice chat. So pretty much every game you play, it's going to be recorded, and there's going to be AI monitoring it to pick up any sort of forms of abuse and bullying and things like that. A lot of people are calling out Big Brother and whatever else. It's good and bad in a way. It needs clamping down on, because it's just getting worse and worse and worse. I didn't think it was possible. And I hope other games do sort of take a lead and do this as well, to be honest. But yeah, it'd be a bit strange, that one. More COD news is, I think I mentioned it a few weeks back, but they've announced that Lara Croft is coming to the game for whatever reason. She gets akimbo pistols, as you would expect. Yeah, it's just a bit of a weird one, really. But each to their own. Obviously, they are going to. It's getting towards the end of the game, but all the stuff's going to carry over into the next one anyhow. So I don't think it's going to make that much of a difference. Melee weapons like a pickaxe, like she uses in the game and stuff like that. It's a little climbing axe. So yeah, that's due out soon. More COD news. One of the content creators, Nadia, she's quite a controversial, but I don't really know much about her, to be honest, other than every other day there's a video of her denying cheating and stuff like this in the game. Apparently she's having a bit of a moan because she didn't get picked for an invite to the launch event. She's claiming it's due to some photos that got released or something, but a lot of people are saying no, it's because you don't really play the game that much and you cheat anyhow. So it's all a bit of a queer situation. But yes, yeah, I don't really follow much of her anyhow, so let that crack on. Corporation type news. BioWare's getting rid of approximately 50 staff. They're still trying to develop Dragon Age 4, Dreadwolf, I think it's called. But in the meantime, they're letting a lot of staff go. They reckon it's just trying to trim down and make the business more effective and stuff. It's all a bit odd, and the timing's a bit strange with obviously the trying to create the new Dragon Age game. PlayStation announced a price increase in the premium service. It's going up around £35 a year, which is quite a hefty jump, to be honest. I know you get a lot for your money on that with all the games and things, but I mean £100 is enough anyhow, but it's going up to about 140ish now, so it's not cheap. They also released, not announced, the Portal handheld system, which looks pretty meh, to be honest. It's an 8-inch screen with a controller on either side of it. It's not even truly portable. You've got to be attached to the same Wi-Fi as the PlayStation, so you cannot really play it mobile. I don't really see the point of it. It's for, I don't know, if you want to play on the loo or something, I guess. It just seems a bit strange. It's not exactly going to be a Switch beta or a Steam Deck beta or anything like that. It's pretty pointless, really. A new game that was announced looks quite interesting, actually. I might give this a view. It's called Deathground. It's basically like a dinosaur thing. It's co-op, but it looks like it plays a bit like Alien Isolation, but with dinosaurs instead of the alien. It could be good fun. Looks very tense. Obviously there's raptors flying around instead of the alien and stuff. It could be good. I really like the Alien Isolation, like the whole, like you even get the tracker like Alien. I might be keeping my eye out on this one, see if I can get into play it. That's coming down the line. There's not really much more information about that as yet. I did try and play Hyenas last week. I got a beta key for that, but my PC just wouldn't entertain it. It ran okay for the tutorial, walking around, flying around the space station and stuff like that, but as soon as I got into a fight, my computer just shit itself and died. So I might have to give that one a miss until it comes out on console. Another dinosaur game that was being mentioned recently, Blast from the Past, Turok 3 is supposed to be getting a remaster. Not entirely sure how relevant this will be now. I didn't really play the Turok games on the N64, to be honest. I think I played the first one. It wasn't a bad concept, but it just didn't really hold interest for me. But apparently that's getting a remake and that's coming out relatively soon. Another game that's getting a remake, which I don't think is necessary, to be honest, is Star Wars Dark Forces. Basically Doom with stormtroopers. It was fun at the time, but I honestly don't see how much of a audience this will garner now, other than just wanting that quick retro hit but it doesn't even seem to be that much better, to be honest. It's, I don't know, I mean, it's saying there that it's not final footage, but it still looks pretty crappy, to be honest. I know they're trying to keep in line with the feel of the game and what it was all about and stuff, but it was just basically doing the Stormtroopers. Diablo 4 seems to have fell on its arse since Baldur's Gate came out, but they've announced a new season, funnily enough, called Season of Blood. Basically, the next update patch, it's going to have a lot more content, but this one is going to include vampires, as the name possibly gives it away. Season of Blood. I didn't really play Diablo. I've not played them for a long time, to be fair. I think I played the first two possibly a while back. Didn't get into the third one, and I've never really held much interest for the fourth, but that's coming out soon. But like I said, it seems to be struggling anyhow with the release of Baldur's Gate. I think that's wiping the floor with it, to be honest, at the minute. And they seem to be going pretty much from strength to strength. PlayStation release is around now, I think. It comes out the same day as Starfield. I don't know if that's officially out yet or not, to be honest. I think it might have come out yesterday. But there's still no word on the Xbox version. That's being pushed back to avoid Starfield and things like that, I think. So they're going to release that imminently. But the problem with this is they've found issues with the Xboxes. Obviously, they released the two versions, the Series S and the Series X. And the Series S is struggling with the game, apparently. So already, a couple of years into its life cycle, they're finding difficulties with the Series S being a much weaker platform. So I don't know how they're going to get around that, especially as Xbox have just released a new black 1 terabit version of the Series S. I don't know why they released it. I know it was sort of a halfway step for people who couldn't afford the full one, but if it's going to impact the way games are made and released, I don't know. I don't know why they came up with it and released it, but bit of an odd one. That's pretty much all the news I have this week. As I said, I sort of let it go a week because I've had stuff going. I've been creating a studio, if you want to call it that. It's getting up and running. I had a few technical issues yesterday with the computers, but that seems to have sorted itself out now. I've got a few issues with a few of the tiles falling down because it's been so hot it's melting the glue. So I'm going to put that right, and then there will be I might do a quick video or a few photos or whatever to let you have a look and see what that's all about. But in the meantime, thanks everyone for coming by. I do appreciate it. As I said at the beginning, remember to hit the thumbs up, leave a comment. Any comment, even just an emote, would be very much appreciated. Sub to the channel if you haven't already. Follow my other socials, and I'll catch you live on Kick from around 10 o'clock every night. Have a good one, guys. Cheers.